Snickenberg leads them up to the line. We race for the first time in 2025, the WSK Final Cup. Godschalk goes through to second place, almost tries to take the lead. Around the outside, it's the same train. Burgess races on by, overtakes Colton Snickenberg, who's back to second place, having to defend from Godschalk. Burgess with the race lead. A fantastic start from the outside front row of the grid. Colton puts it back in position. One goes by Zane Burgess. It's the Ward Racing Tony Kart, powered by the TM, who leads the end of lap 2, the freight train, as they come across the line at 103 kilometers an hour, 104 for Colton as he got the run. The first 6 right back to Andrea Manni. Colton skipping away. Koptunenko, they're 5 wide down the back straight. This is only lap 3. Skates under brakes, almost off the road goes Josh Bergman, and the WSK Supermaster Series champion. From the start of 2025, he's in trouble. Coming up to half race distance, the mini under 10 final. Colton from Zane, Wynn in third. Platon Koptunenko, there's the Bosch Racing Team driver.
Dark helmet up in front, quick look over the shoulder, he needs to go defensive. Burgess goes with him, the space opens up from the inside, Burgess goes even deeper. Wynn Godschalk tries to get the up and under on the pair of them. They draw side by side into the final corner to start what will be the penultimate lap of this mini under 10 final. Who leads across the line? It's Zane Burgess from Schniegenberg in second.
The Mexican in the background, 3 wide, 4 wide up the hill. Here comes Colton, the Texan, retakes the lead for Ward Racing. Watch Colton defend down into turn 5. Platon being pushed, the concertina effect. 2 wide, 3 wide. Koptunenko on the outside, it will become the inside. He's almost in the grass. Koptunenko! We lose footage. The tie goes by in the grass.
How he's been able to worm his way through there. It's an absolute mosh pit on this final lap. Mini under 10 carts here, there and everywhere, side by side on the final lap for the final opportunity. Godschalk with the up and under. It's going to be a track race to the checkered flag, and Godschalk has got a nose ahead. Who's going to take the victory for the first final of the WSK Final Cup in 2025? Wynn Godschalk take a bow. A track race to the line, 63 thousandths of a second separate the 559 from the 555. Godschalk from Koptunenko, and well, that sets the scene for this season ahead, Ian.
Wow! Wynn takes the win! Godschalk takes victory in the mini under 10 final. We race. They scatter to the infield, inside I should say. And Pettigall from the outside, the notorious outside front row of the grid. Goes from second back to 5th place. Great start from the Dutchman, Kees Moyes. He's ahead of Pettigall. And Giuseppe Noviello follows Victor Gorun through turn 5 in 2nd place. Victor with the race lead.
What he needs to do from P3, and oh my goodness me, ducking to the inside there, the 5:01. I think that was Perico actually got dropped back into what was the sort of the fight for P3. So as they break the beam for the opening lap, it's Gorun from Noviello. Perico dropping back from 2nd into 3rd. A good recovery considering he was P5 at the beginning of the opening lap. he's just been controlling this race. It's going to be a tough ask. He goes to the inside, not covers it enough though, as Novella tries to find the space to the inside, and it's going to be a freight train. 3-4 positions lost. He goes from the lead to 5th in the span of just one corner. Victor Gorun didn't quite cover enough of the inside, so Noviello finds a way through and takes the lead of the race, heading on to lap 5.
Shake and bake from the two team driver teammates. It's Giuseppe Nattuati, the baby race duo. It is Pericol, though, who's got the race lead. Noviello, it is, in fact, who's dropped back to P5. Pericol, who took victory in the Rock Cup International Final 8 days ago, just up the road at Lonato, where we race the final round of the Final Cup in 1 month from now. He's already got a lead. It's blowing out. It's out to 0.4 of a second. A stand defense from Victor. It will extend as they go through the second sector. Pericol leads. The gap is half a second to Sten Ratajski for Team Baby Race.
Could we see any changes into the hotel hairpin? The inside opens up for the 524, bit of contact as Perico gets sent wide. He's going to lose a couple of places as Ratajski will take the lead of the race, heading on to the penultimate lap of the Mini Group 3 final.
Pericol back to P3. His team driver teammate Noviello in P5. It is Ratajski from Victor Gorun. The team drivers 3 and 5 split by Lorenzo Di Pietrantonio. Sten Ratajski, watch him go to his right, to your left, as he tries to cover off from the Tony Kart. And the team driver of Noviello, Pericol, slams it down the inside. Il Bergamaschino on the back of Sten Ratajski. What a move around the outside. Lorenzo Di Pietrantonio. Can he do it? He's on the outside, it becomes the inside. Victor takes the lead. What a race here this afternoon. The final lap of the Mini Group 3 final. Lorenzo Di Pietrantonio as Sten goes in the grass. He's out of it. Ratajski is out. Which started from pole position. Has got 1 corner to go. We've already had 1 victory for the United States of America. We're about to have 2 because that checkered flag is about to wave, and the Tony Kart Racing team driver, Victor, takes the victory. We race. Yanni has missed the start badly. He's back into P4. Pietro Baguti sends it. Pietro Baguti takes the lead. A clean start for the OKN Junior final. Into the hotel hairpin. Back to Antonio Chepa, who has to defend. Joelle Carrera going through. There's one of the team drivers.
Championship points, but definitely not missing out in the final. He ducks to the left-hand side of your screen. The inside for the hotel hairpin. Nicely done from Palacio to take the lead of the race. And I think Stasionis has tried to go with him. A Chepa as well. Let's see how they run as they break the beam to start another lap. But Beauty down to 4th place as we start lap 3 of 13. Defensive as well in towards turn number 2. Or Chepa, as you can see, the 751 closing into the top 2. Palacio, a quick look over the shoulder, has to defend towards turn number 5. And Stasionis goes with him. That's going to allow Chepa to close the gap and get the drive on the exit, wide off the exit of turn number 6 as well.
Chepa with a fabulous move in the LKE-powered Lenzo kart. Now goes P1. Staciones. Palacio. That is Joelle Carrera in the magnificently presented EKS Dragon chassis. Celebrating 40 years, 4 decades of world motorsport competition. EKS manufacturer. Just to step off the podium, Pietro Baguti from the race lead. Now back in position 5 from Stixon. Head force. Yanni Farfus and Boache Kosheva as Noyes races back into the lead. A great start to the OKN Junior final. with the exception.
He is indeed very nicely done indeed. Ochepa has to go half defensive to the inside of turn 14, but he's turned defense into offense. They send to the inside there from the pole to take the lead of the race from the Lithuanian of Stasionis. I think Palacio went with him as well. They break the beam. We start lap 5 of 13. Ochepa from Palacio from Stasionis in third place, and the top 6 are locked together as we negotiate our way through turn 4. This short straight towards 5. Ochepa doesn't defend. That opens the door for Palacio. He goes for the race lead as well. Ochepa tries to get the switch back, but to no avail. Up the hill now through 7, 8 and towards 9 and 10. Palacio back into the race lead.
He showed us he's got tremendous speed and form this week. He's in P5 on the back of Carrera. Lucas leading from Noyes. Pietro down the inside of Carrera. Leads from Noyes Stasiones. Ochepa will get a tremendous run on the outside. Anthony, the Polish-Sicilian combination. The LKE-powered Lenzo car just powers on by. The first 6 on your screen. Anybody can win this. This is lap 8 of 13. Round 1, the WSK Final Cup. Red Bull Junior just coming onto your screen now. Mason, the Scotsman from Barcelona, ahead of Norbert Plaszewski, who's in 11th from grid 28. 2 laps to race.
This race, the OKN Junior Final.
The leading trio are being caught by Jakob Bednar. The Czech from grid 15 is catching the leading trio, being led by Lucas Palacio. Ochepa again into the back of the enormous rear plastic bumper on these modern day karts. Lucas, go to his right, to your left, into the hotel hairpin. Anthony's pushing him. Noyes around the outside. Bednar's almost up onto the podium. The checkered flag is about to wave. All the way from the USA, Lucas Palacio takes victory here at Franciacorta.
Federico Rossi will kickstart this race. The lights go out on the gantry and we go racing for OKN for the WSK Final Cup in 2025. A good launch from first and third. D'Amico immediately through in to take second place. Marchesi, I think, getting swamped on the outside of row number 1. In towards turn number 5 for the opening time, and you can see multiple karts drawing alongside each other as we rise up the hill. So far, so good in terms of a clean start. Bit of a hip check at the back end of the field. Momentarily almost 3 wide as we get to the final apex up the hill towards turns 9 and 10 before you dip.
Grivac trying to make a move on Cristian Tonalini in the Sodi kart. An incident further back in the pack. Gruyere has lost time, as has Andrea Carbone, but a relatively clean start for the OKN Final. We're about to complete the third of 17 laps with the pole sitter, with Rossi in the racing lead. Peter Stiller slams it down the inside, and the Italian for the King Racing team through to second place.
So far, so good for Federico Rossi. A black and white warning flag, though, coming in from Marchesi. Started on the outside of the front row and ascend there to the inside from the 808. There is the man himself, trying to tip his way back onto the podium. Finds a way through Lamborghini Ferrari for third place. Nicely done from the 808, and the inside line as well being taken just to secure that into the hotel hairpin.
Cartel galore. Move down the inside, Marchesi sends it on Stiller, nicely done by the reigning WSK Final Cup champion, the team driver through to second place. There's Tonalini in the Sodi Kart segment just behind, trying to get up onto the podium. Bartosz rounds the final corner. Here's Grivac for Zanki Motorsport. Race distance, the OKN Final.
Indeed, so Federico Rossi in control, side by side a bit further back. That's between the 8:21. Tonalini through on Peter Stiller and up now into third place. It's Rossi from Marchesi, from Tonalini, the top three, as you can see one of the drivers off at the hotel hairpin walking back off the circuit.
Stiller at the moment watching on, but he's got a perfect view. He can wait. Of course, they're slowing up. They're losing tenths of time. Back to Bartosz Grivac, who was almost 3 seconds behind. And now Tonalini just moves Marchesi out the way. Into the back of him.
Right now, it's probably between one of the top four, but never say never when it comes to motor racing. There's a change for the lead to the inside. Marchesi sending it to the inside of turn 12. Beautifully done from the 808. Exactly what he done earlier on in the race on Ferrari. He does the same thing to take the lead. The fight's not done yet, though. He has to duck and dive to the inside. The space opens up, and Rossi retakes it to the 821 of Tonalini. Takes the lead of the race on the exit of the hotel hairpin. We complete lap 12. We're on to lap 13. Tonalini motivating himself on with the multiple head ducks to the steering wheel there. Side by side as Marchesi tries to tip at the 818 as well to second place. Getting back involved is Peter Stiller.
The Shanghai-born Italian for the King Racing team can potentially win this. Stiller on the back of Marchesi goes wheel to wheel. They touch. Going up the hill, Tonalini. Peter Stiller potentially can win the OKN Final here at Franciacorta. Grivac clearing fourth. If they come to grief, in fact, there's Lamberto in fourth. If they come to grief, they'll be on the podium. Marchesi leads. Down into the hotel hairpin for the final time. Marchesi skates under brakes. Marchesi vince qui a Franciacorta. Cristian coming up to the line, but he's not there. We race. Cristian has missed the start. The Prema Racing duo go 1-2. Dean the Dutchman in the erste Position. Baglin now goes down the inside of Hugendorn. Bosco follows him on through, and Hugendorn from the race lead back to third place. Bosco Arias looks menacing here this afternoon. Vamos! Bosco! Arias down the inside. RFM back in position 1. Bosco Arias. Lost Pizzonia, Pilapenko, and Julia Angelad. Baglin back in front of Bosco. The OK Junior Final, they're side by side. They make contact across the line at 122 kilometers an hour. Baglin, Bosco Arias, Zdeněk Babicek. There is Dean. Position 4 for the WSK Supermaster Series champion. On the outside, he'll get a tremendous run around the outside of Zdeněk Babicek. Back to McGaughy. Valesini in the background.
Space opens up on the apex of turn 10, and Arias goes through. Was there contact between the pair? Baglin loses the lead. He drops down into second place. Arias goes through to take the lead of the race. Now, as we complete lap 8 momentarily, with just 4 laps left to run in this race, Hoogendoorn has to go defensive to keep the likes of Babacek.
We watch Michael McGaughy for Koski Motorsport. Leaves the door open, does Bosco. And Noah slips on by. We are about to start the penultimate lap of the race. The gap is half a second. Bosco under attack from Dean, Michael McGaughy, Oliver Cini, and on debut for the Prema Racing Team from Monaco, Andrea Manni. This is the Ricky Flynn Motorsport driver.
Indeed so, Baglin, again, he has just been defending so expertly. Even if Arias found a way through, there wasn't really much of a counter-attack, as here comes Dean Hoogendoorn to the inside. McGaughy goes through as well, very nicely done, and Arias goes off the road, heading on to the final lap. Baglin leads by just over a second to Dean Hoogendoorn. Just needs to keep it on the road. Now inside line assumed from McGaughy. He tries to defend from Cinerito. The outside line gets taken from Manni. Out of the final corner, the checker flag will wave, and Noah Baglin backs the victory here at Franciacorta. Dean Hoogendoorn and McGaughy join him on the podium. A drag race to the line between the 349 and the 303. But what a drive that was from the world champion, picking up some grass on the exit as well for good measure. And he can be very happy with that one. After Friday and a collision, he's bounced back brilliantly, and Baglin full of confidence, taking the first victory of 2025.
From Benjamin Menash, almost ended his race in the second corner. Hendrik Peschel with a perfect start from Skognamiljo. Left Krutogolov, lucky to get away with that. He's in position 4. Peschel from pole position. Peschel from the Czech Republic leads from the newly crowned OKN World Cup champion, Manuel Skognamiljo.
Of course watching wide as well, side by side for the lead there as Skognamiljo, and now draws alongside Lucas Sell, who tries to find his way through in a second and does so. Skognamiljo stuck on the outside through turn 5, that hampered his run, and Peschel defends and actually brings in another contender to this bout at the front end of the field. You've got Peschel from Sell, now Skognamiljo, then Krutogolov, the top 4. Those are the 4 now making their way towards the hotel hairpin on your screen. Lap 4 of 17, Hendrik Peschel looking very, very strong, reaching that gap now to what is about half a second back to Skognamiljo in P2. Obviously Krutogolov has worked his way up in a 3rd place now as well, so keeping things very interesting indeed towards the sharp end of the OK Seniors, but looking pretty good for the Tony Clark Racing team machine of Hendrik Peschel.
Temperature 19 degrees Celsius, barely 10 more than that here. And as the sun sets at the end of the Italian summer, this is autumn time. It's the penultimate race of the day, and the driver from the Czech Republic for the team from Prevale in position 1. Krutogolov, though, the team from nearby Bergamo, He's actually catching up to the back of Scognomilio. We go back to the 2023 WSK Euro Series when Thomas Stoltermanis took a stunning victory for the Energy Corsa team.
In the early part of this race, it's a case of, okay, we'll work together, we'll try and get after Junior Peschel if we can, but let's see if the Ukrainian can send the move. Scognomilio goes half defensive in towards turn 14, but not quite close enough on that occasion. Krutikov, but again, when does he push the button? When does he realise that maybe Junior Peschel is uncatchable? When does he then go to maximise his result with a second place? 3 laps left to go as we tick our way onto lap 15 of 17.
Looks over his right shoulder, Scognomilio defends again. Almost runs into the back of the Italian who skates under brakes. But out of the final corner, that checkered flag is about to wave. Checkmate! The driver from the Czech Republic for the Tony Kart racing team wins round 1 of the WSK Final Cup. Jindrik Peschel takes victory here at Franciacorta. The green team is back. It is Vortex who powers to victory. Ahead of the 2IAM is Scognomilio. Second for almost the first time this year, Lev Krutugolov for the Energy Course racing team on the podium in third. Here at Franciacorta, the first round of the WSK Final Cup. For the final time today, we race. Bertuca launches off the line. What a start from Cristian Cannibal. From the inside second row of the grid, split the front row. Dennis back to third. Cristian Bertuca. Alexander Usnem, unfortunately, just saw on the replay, did stall off the start as Bertuca under attack. Vasile and Denner, they go wheel to wheel. Usnem, the second Estonian, has got underway, but he's way down in 27th position. The top Estonian, it's MK, Marcus Kayak. There's the Formula K driver. He's just got by and taken David Levinsky. Position 4.
Into that contention and get himself maybe into that podium finishing position. A sent to the inside though from the Romanian Vasil, and that's going to allow Emilian Denner to take the lead of the race. The switchback is there though from Bertuca to try and get the drive on that run to the line. We start lap 6 of 17 and Denner takes the lead of the race from Bertuca and Vasil, who went for a late dive to the inside of turn 14. It didn't quite pay off and it works nicely into the hands of the Frenchman who now leads.
Fantastic pass from Emilian Denner. Daniel Vasile down the inside. And Denner took the both of them. Marcus Armstrong, it is a long way from the bottom of the earth down in New Zealand to be here in the north of Italy. He's out as Bertuca goes through to take the lead. Now it is kicking off. The Formula K drivers in second and third. Massimiliano. We get a glimpse of the Krypton Motorsport driver with the yellow suit in the Birol Art. Just behind Vasile. Bertuca back in front. We are already approaching half race distance. The KZ2 final, the WSK Final Cup.
Two laps left to go, 2.6 kilometers of Franciacorta to negotiate. Bertuca could well be on his way to winning himself a very nice trophy and a very nice watch as well indeed. Taking a very aggressive line there though, Emilian Denner, as we rise our way up the hill as the sun continues to set towards the late afternoon here in northern Italy.
Dinner to attack. Down into the hotel hairpin for the final time. The final corner of 2025, the first round of the final cup. Massimiliano has a look at the back of Marcus kayak, but that checkered flag is about to wave. Cristian Cannibal Pertuca takes victory in round one of the WSK Final Cup. Dennis second, kayak third, both for the Formula K SRP team. Heartbreakingly, Massimiliano Petsuki.